Okay. Get out of my froggy throat. The throat, you frog. Okay. We are live. We are live again. Live again. Live again. Live again. Wait for a person or two to show up. Push all these parts aside. My goodness, my desk is massively cluttered with clutter. Well, it's not clutter, it's Voron clutter. Okay. Hey, non-fam, how are you? So we have 3 people already. Look at that. Everybody wants to see me either do something on the Voron or... So there's the Twitch stream. There is the YouTube stream. Andrew Osmond, hello. Hi from Washington State, USA, and your makerspace. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let's go. Let's see who's on Twitch tonight. Chris Burlow, Buana Subsector 3D, Sith Lord. Wow, there's a lot of people streaming on Twitch. Anyways, I'm just continuing my Voron build. So last night we left off. Let me pull up the manual. Last night we finished off at, boom, look at the magic of the buttons. Finished off at this stage. Yeah, so we have this stage all finished, and then we were continuing here. So this page and the next page, we're basically preloading a crap load of nuts. So we had to preload 4, 7, 11, 14, 17, 20, 24 nuts to preload. So I saved you guys a lot of pain. I came down earlier today. This camera is right in the way of my face. So if I move that just up that way, just like that, that's good. There's good 4 camera views. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Hey, Ben. First time chat viewer, Printer Proxinus. Well, hello and welcome, Printer Proxinus, first time chat viewer. Sometimes you feel like a nut, boom, boom. Sometimes you don't. And thank you for the follow, Printer Printer. I'm butchering your name. I'll just call you Printer P. Yeah, thank you for the follow and hello. So I preloaded a bunch of nuts tonight before I came live on stream because really, if you watch my video from last night or you watched me live last night, preloading nuts is not the most exciting thing. And once you've preloaded one nut, you've preloaded them all. And it's just a matter of sliding them into the little nut preload adapters that I printed, which look like a box full of those tiny little things. And then you just slide them in the rails. So I have preloaded all my nuts. So we're going to move on. Hello, dog. You come to visit me every night, little puppy. But I know all you want is food, and I didn't bring you any food. So we are on to... this guy here. You're on both. Oh, look at that. Cool. I appreciate that. So we're on this guy right here. So I've preloaded all these nuts in advance. Threw this little guy on. That's the other end of the chain. And the only thing I haven't done is, and I just noticed because they don't mention it, they just casually show you a photo of it, is, why are you sniffing my foot? Go, get. I don't have anything for you. Is this little insert down at the bottom here. Boom, boom, boom. So now the other interesting thing about that is if I zoom in on that insert, let's just go double click here. We'll zoom in on that insert a little bit here. I wish I had, actually, I wonder if my space mouse will work. No, it won't. Yeah, it kind of does work on there, but it shouldn't even be on. But zooming in on that, oh, come on. Let's go to 200%. Don't bother me, dog. I got nothing for you. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm having issues with this mouse for some reason. I've gone all the way below where I want to be. Okay, here we go. There we are. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, obviously that's not what I want to do. Okay, I'm getting frustrated, and it's only early. Come on. So the thing that's kind of confused me is this picture shows this bottom plate. Now, see, this mouse is driving me freaking nuts. There you are. This picture shows the bottom plate here has... Okay, my mouse battery's dead, or what's going on here? Maybe I'm too far from the screen. But anyway, it shows that bottom plate has some holes in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hole in the corner there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes, 7 holes. Which, okay, maybe that's just and I think you can see where I'm looking, right in that area there. Kind of shows like that, looks like there's some holes in it. But what the hell is happening? Cancel. My mouse has just got a mind of its own tonight. Holy crap. Anyways, I don't want to be in edit mode, you doofus. There we go. Anyways, whatever. So anyways, stupid mouse. Audio is out of sync. Dog name is Seymour. Feed me. If the audio is out of sync, that's easy enough. It's a real quick fix for me. That happens once in a while. You're going to lose my picture for a minute, but you won't lose my voice. So if I do this, quickly do this, and in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the picture's back, and the audio should be back in sync. Audio should be back in sync. Anyway, so we've got this piece, which is the same piece. I took the one side off just to double check. I'm going to peel the other side off. There's no holes in this. So I'm going to trust that I don't need holes in this, because picture shows holes. This is the only piece of this kind, and it doesn't have holes in it. So we're going to go with the fact that the picture is not a representation of this particular build. It may be an old picture, and maybe they don't need the holes in it anymore. So we are going to go with the fact that don't need those holes, because I'm not really wanting to drill holes. It doesn't tell me to drill holes. Maybe at a later stage it'll tell me to drill holes, but until it does, we're just going to go with it like this. It's fixed. Good. Yeah, if it goes out again, just let me know. I'll keep an eye on the chat on and off, and I just have to reboot OBS. It happens, and it's just a fact of life. You've got to figure I got 5 or 6 cameras hooked up to this, my microphone, 3 monitors. I'm taxing my system a little bit. Okay, and of course, these things never come off easily when I'm live. When I'm not live, the back came off in one piece. There we go. So in this case, basically what this is we slide this in to the grooves. Get into the grooves, boy. You've got to prove your Voron to me. I'm in a real weird mood tonight. So this goes into the groove. It fits perfectly in that groove, just like that. You believe everything mounts on the back. You haven't seen anyone mount anything on the bottom plate. Okay, yeah, which is probably what I kind of figure. Maybe from the water, it was on the last stream from the sponge when you were soldering. Could be, Andrew. And then I know this one here. Okay, so that's that page there. So we basically took care of that. I almost missed that because I kind of brushed over because there's nothing talking about it. It's just you look at it and boom, it's got to be there. So I have put the preloaded the nuts in the bottom of this one. That's this extrusion right here. It's in the top right corner there. So this one goes, and it says to preload the nuts into the bottom facing channel. The skirts will mount to them. Okay, so we have skirts involved. I'm surprised Tripod's Garage is not on here if we're involving skirts in this build. So that's an inside joke for those of you that do or don't know. Okay, so basically now, so we have to take this mount, which kind of just sits right there freely for now. Okay, and then I think I got to screw these little screws in on the ends of these extrusions a little bit more because I know what's coming. Because it's kind of obvious what's coming next. So we're just going to snug those in just a little bit more. Now we take, according to this, we take our B extrusion, okay? And these are our B extrusions here, and they're just blank. There's no holes in the sides. I'm going to confirm that again because I find with this build, I'm double and triple checking everything. So the B extrusion is just a blank extrusion, no holes. Okay. And let's get back to that slide. So these B extrusions, so what happens now, I think you can see from all the angles, as I slide this over the bolt that's on there, the button head, and I slide it down, and it kind of slides over both buttonholes there. So it's kind of connecting the whole thing together. And we take another one and we do the same on this side. Slide her down and in like that. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten these up. Snug as a bug in a rug. John is always skirting. Yes, he is. I got to turn it this way. I tend to turn it the other way, away from the camera, because I'm right-handed. But I should be able to come in here and actually get these things to work left-handed too. Oops, how come? Okay, so something's not right here. Did I do the wrong? What did I do wrong here? Hold on. Oh, those are the D extrusions. Duh. The bottom one's a B extrusion. Okay, my bad. See? I need the D extrusions. And the difference is the D extrusions, you can see it has a hole there and a hole there. So a hole top and bottom that I've got to face out because those are the ones. Although, hang on, that's not going to work. Just a minute. How do I tighten the... Are there some of these with holes on both sides? Hold on just a minute. Hold on just a minute. I've got to go back and have a look at something here. D extrusions. I might have made a major mistake. I think I made an error somewhere along the line, people. Nobody warned me about it. I think I have the wrong extrusions in one of these places here. That's right. That's right. Okay. No, these all look good. Okay, and what's mystifying me is, unless I'm just looking at these wrong. Ah. Okay. Okay. Get out of here. You are annoying me. Go. 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 Okay. I think I have messed up one of these extrusions somewhere along the line. How did I miss that? So what I'm looking at is the one of these extrusions. So the D extrusions have holes on all four sides on one end and holes on two sides on the other end. Did I use the wrong extrusion on one of these pieces? Leave it. Let me just take this out. Leave it to me to have used the wrong extrusion earlier on, and leave it to me to. It'll be one that I have to tear right apart. No, so we have. So let me just recap what I'm looking at here. That. So it's not that one. It's not that one. No, I'm pretty sure I got all these right. So am I missing, or is this beside me? Hang on. It's right beside me. And no, that's the one I just put there. Okay, so. Hey, 3D Experiments. Blame it on tech support, he's not here. Yeah. No, I agree, Ben. They're learning experiences, but this could be a hell of a learning experience if I screwed up the way I think I did. But I don't see. So what I'm looking for is this extrusion has a single hole. You can see it on my bottom left camera, a single hole there. Then you come down, it has that single hole, but it also has that hole on both sides to access to lock in the bottom. But I can only find one like this. Okay, I've got to look through these things very carefully. And they're close to the end. So it's not this and it's not this. Okay. It's not this and it's not this. Let's come to the back. That one, that one, that one, that one. It's not either of those because there's no holes going through those sides. And then the top one, there's no holes at all. And then the bottom one, there's no holes at all. So it is, I have not messed it up. I appear to be missing a derail. It's not that one. Not that. I am missing a rail. Okay. Not that one. So I appear to be missing this rail. Let me go back to the rail inventory page and see. So the A extrusion is the blank ones. Okay, and the B extrusions are blank. Okay, and there should be 5 and one is 6. So there's a total of 6 of the extrusions with no holes. And we had, oh, maybe I wonder, no, it's not that one, because that's got holes top, holes bottom. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's an LDO kit, Printerpon. Okay, I found the rail, but I'm not happy about what I got to take apart. Again, my mistake. It's my own mistake. I mixed 2 pieces up. Okay, well, it's just a minor setback. I just have to take apart pretty much everything. No. Anyway, it's this one. I got to get this extrusion out. So I'm going to think about maybe an easy way to do that. Let me think on this for a minute. And I'm pretty sure I can figure out an easy way to get that out without being too much of a disaster. We're going to try this. Fail first attempt in learning. Yes. Oh, I couldn't have known. Well, I should have known, Ben. I just didn't look close enough at the extrusions. But that's okay. Okay, so you know what? That's okay. I think I can get this. I think I can get this out without too much collateral damage going on here. So what we're going to do is just remove the linear rails. Okay, we're going to remove the linear rails. I don't have to touch this one. I don't have to touch that linear rail or that extrusion. Oh yeah, I have to remove both linear rails, but I don't have to remove this extrusion. So all I got to do when I put these back is ensure that my spacing is proper. But that's okay. Live and learn. And you know, when something like this happens, it just means that as I move along, I'm going to be that extra cautious on everything. It's minor little tiny little things that we overlook that tend to be our downfalls and are, you know, where it causes these issues. I'm determined though not to miss an insert nut. Because apparently if you miss an insert nut early on, you have to take a crap load apart later on. So, yeah. So we're just going to pop this apart, fix up the error, cry over spilt milk, and move on. Okay. Okay, so now I should be able to lift this off nicely. There we go. So we'll lift that off nicely. We'll remove these pieces. Okay. This should only be about a 10-minute setback, 10-15 minute setback. The battle is going to, not the battle, but the issue, the tricky part's going to be keeping the space, which is fine. And we're going to pop that out, pop this out, pop this nut out. Okay, so this, now, a smart man would do something here to help himself. And being as I am semi-smart, I am going to utilize this nut right here. Okay. No, I don't even need to do that. I'm going to put this piece right there. Actually, I will bet you dollars to donuts that if I did something like that, what I'm trying to do is memorize this actual space. But if I, okay, you know what? Let's just man up and do it. Yeah, I was saying. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do is figure out what to put to mark it. Do I have any tape? I gotta have some tape in here somewhere. Where's my tapes? I have electrical tape. Back in the flash with 3 cats. Two cats. Here's some purple tape. Yeah, I'm trying to basically mark an approximate spot where this extrusion is going to go, so I can almost basically right there. So I can basically get it back in almost the exact spot, but I will still use the calipers to measure it to be sure. Right there. Okay. Let's go with that. We will loosen off as little as humanly possible, trying not to move the nuts. If I can get away without moving the nuts, and I think the nuts are pretty snug in there. There we go. So now if I just go out and out, okay. Okay, and I gotta preload that one again. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 preloads on the bottom. Okay, so I gotta preload 5 of them. So we'll take the proper rail this time. The proper extrusion, a rail extrusion, blah, blah, blah. That's the one I need. The one I took out is the other one I need. And where's the other one? Right here is the one to go in it. So we'll move you aside. Let's pop out these preloaded nuts and pop these preloaded nuts in the proper one. There we go. Just a minor setback. Minor setback. But lesson learned is, you know, you make a little mistake, it's going to find you eventually. Well, there are 5 or 6. I think one of them just fell out of the end there. So I think there was 6 on the bottom here. 3, 4, 4, 5, and this little one that snuck out on me will throw you away. I'll get a new one. Square one. Square one. Come on. 6. Okay, there's our 6 preloads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That is the other piece that we need that was put in the wrong spot. Okay, now 6 preloads. We're going to carefully. Those nuts are actually very snug. So we might just be good where they are, but we're going to drop it like that so that we keep it level on the bed with that one. Okay. There. There. Tape came off clean. Tape came off clean. I think we're good, but we're going to measure. I believe it was 30. I'm not going to guess. I'm just going to measure. I believe it was 33, but we're going to see. No, it was not 33. 54. 54. I'm just going to double check. Make sure that is the correct measurement. And it is 54, exactly. Okay. I think we dodged a bullet. Snug nuts. Must be chilly down here. It is. I think we dodged a bullet. Now, I have to put this back in place. And I have to put, there's one more. Where did it go? I can put them in after I put the linear rail on. So this has got to go in. Okay. Now. Oy, oy, oy. Oh. Get these started, but we're not going to tighten because we have to put the centering guides on. That one's fine. I think I need to go back a bit here for a second. I want to make sure I don't mess this up. This is the Z rail, Y rail, and the Z rail. Dum-dum. 33 millimeters. Okay, I got to double check. This one should be fine, but should be and is are two different things. So we're going to check 33 millimeters. Let me mark this to 33 millimeters. Yeah, we're good there. So put the block on. There we go. And we're going to put the other block on. There we go. Now I can snug these ones down. That one was pretty easy because it had the stop. I didn't have to remove that. The other one I will definitely have to measure up to be sure of its accuracy. Sorry about this, guys. Minor setback. It's all good. That's the thing with this build, I guess. The mistakes catch up with you eventually. And then we can snug this one down. That one's good. Okay, now I'm just going to put some screws in to hold them in place. Not even tighten them down at all. Just the top and bottom. There we go. Now 33 millimeters. Where's my holder downers? 33 millimeters. Right there. So let's put you down here. Let's put you down here. Let's double measure. Let's double check our measurement. 33 millimeters. Whoops. Yeah, we don't whoops in this, right? We don't want to whoops. 33 millimeters. Right there. Right there. Okay. Then we'll check the rail for smoothness, for whatever they call it, their technical term. And then we should be good. But if all went well, everything should be as it was. With no snags, no binding on the Z-axis. And one more screw. And then we're back with only, what, a 10-minute delay. 10-minute delay of game. Now I need to put the end stops in so my rails don't run off the edge. Puts us back to where we were. So lesson learned, if you're going to get one of these and build it, read the instructions extremely carefully and inspect your pieces extremely carefully. I need another nut. I lost a nut somewhere along the line. Come on. God, I hate these tiny Ziploc bags. My big fingers are not made to open tiny Ziplocs. Here we go. That must have fallen. I dropped that somewhere. Okay, anyways, doesn't matter. Put that in here. Take this, stop, end stop, put the end stop on. And we should be, look at that, no binding at all. Perfect. We are back in business, people. Minor setback, we're good. Disaster averted. Okay, where were we? Jeez. Oh. Done. Hey, 3D Medic Vince, you just missed my big screw up, but that's okay. And I'm man enough to admit when I screw up. Okay, we got that done. We got that done. So now we can put this piece back in. Okay. We have this one with the 4. Let's make sure that that is correct. We're putting 4 nuts on the bottom. I want to make sure the back of that I did get all my nuts in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I got an extra one. Okay. There was only 5. So I got an extra one. It's the back of the printer. Nobody's going to see. Now we have this down. Now this should work because I have the proper rails. And dang, that was embarrassing. Just want to make sure none of my preloads were affected. I have a very smooth, it's almost smoother than it was actually, to be honest with you. Okay, so now I load this way down, like so. And then I load this way down, like so. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back to where we were. Okay. So now we can snug this guy up. If I can find the hole. Get in the hole. Did I? Oh, I didn't. Come on, Tim. You're not even thinking. Well, at least it only works one way. And of course, I had a 50-50 shot at it. There we go. You know, me and my 50-50 shot wasn't all that successful. Okay. Why are you not tightening? There you go. And then from the front, there we go. Now we do this side. Okay. I'm obviously not. There we go. And from the front, find the nut. There it is. Nice and flat. There we go. We got it. With only one major screw up so far. Woohoo! I know, it's still early in the build. Ah. Okay. And we got a nice, no binding. That's what I was worried about, taking that off, but we're all good. Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's go back to this and see. So we finished this part. We put the proper de-extrusions in. We put this in. We have the, yeah, we have them on the bottom. We have them in the right spot, the nuts. Now we verify the assembly. So I am going to go through this verification step because if I go on further than now and I'm missing any nuts, then I am nuts. So we have 6 M3 nuts across the top. On here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 2 M3 nuts in here, down here. Oh, I gotta lift this to see them. 1, 2 down there. Okay. We have 3 across the top here. We have 3 across the top here. And then we have 3 on the side here. It's funny we have 3 on that side. Oh, we have 3 on this side. What am I saying? I think that's the next page. There we are. Oh, here's the interesting view. Okay, so I'm going to turn that up so it looks like this. Okay. We have 3 M3 nuts in here. Okay, I've got 5 and I put an extra one. There's 6 and 5. Now they said to put 5 if you were going to do direct drive, blah, blah, blah. So I figure I'll just put the spare ones in there just in case. Okay, and then 1 M3 nut here. Check. Here, I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. Sorry. So we got 1 M3 nut here. Check. We got the required amount in here. And then on the side, we have 4 M3 nuts on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 3 M3 nuts along the side there. We have, let's see where else we're looking. On the very bottom, we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 4 along here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 4 along here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 across here and 6 across the top one. That's all the preloaded nuts. Hey, Paul Cumber, how are you? That's all the preloaded nuts done. Okay. We are moving on to, AB drive. AB drive. I assume I am just to pull those pieces out. Am I? I just like to look ahead a few pages and see what's going on. Oh, I see. Okay, that's showing the finished product. Okay, so these are the parts I need. Oh, I have to do some heat set inserts. Scary stuff. Okay, so let's look at that. And then so I'm going to look at this. So we have the A drive. We got heat set inserts going on, printed spacers. Oh, lots of stuff going on here. And we're going to end up looking like that, like that. Okay, well, let's just take it a step at a time. Let's find some parts. We're going to about 10:30 again, guys, tonight. So another hour. Just doing what I can each night. Oh, stretching. Stretching. Okay. So let's find some parts here, shall we? A drive. That's the B. We're going to do the B eventually, I'm sure. Let's just grab some parts out here. They must be in the other bin. Okay. There's the other one of those. And this should be the A. That's the A. So that's looking just like that. Okay, there's the A. There's the B. I may as well do all the heat insets while I'm at it. And then we're going to need these guys, that one. And we're going to need this one. Okay, and inserts below the surface. The outer heatsink inserts sit below the surface of the part. When installing, make sure the heat set inserts bottom out in their hole. So I guess what they're saying is that they sit slightly below the surface because this piece has to sit dead flat. Okay. Whoops. And let me just cheat and go to the next page real quick. Yeah, we're going to put heat inserts in here, and we're going to put a heat insert in here. And I think that's it. I just want to do all the heat inserts while I have the soldering iron out. So there we go. Okay. So put these aside for a minute. It's a good thing I have a big bench. Okay. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody that's joined the stream. If I have, forgive me. But hello and welcome everybody who's watching. Okay, so now let's get the soldering iron plugged in and heated. Okay. This is only the second time I've done heat inserts. When I did the first ones was my first time. It's kind of exciting. They're pretty fun. They're pretty simple to do, actually. Just got to be very, very careful with them because I didn't print spare parts. So in this one, we have 3 to put in here, and we have 3 to put in here. And they say to make sure that they go just below the surface. So the outer heat set inserts. Oh, the outer ones sit below the surface of the part. When installing, make sure the heat set inserts bottom out in their hole. Oh, so the outer ones go below. But how far below and bottom out in their hole? Okay, they don't want them too deep. Bottoming out to me says bottom it out right to the bottom of the hole. That's not what they mean. Okay. I test to make sure that my iron is hot enough on a scrap piece. Not quite. Yeah, it's getting there, okay. So we'll do this one first. Okay. So we want these ones, they're saying below the surface. Try to give you guys a view here if I can, but okay, that's below. Definitely below, but they show it going a little further down. Okay, so we'll go a little further down. There we go. Take the next one. Okay. Just a hair further. Okay. Goes pretty quick once the iron gets really hot. Okay, and then we will take the third one. Okay. Hopefully I did that okay. We'll do these 3. Oh, the smell of burning ABS. So these are nice because they and I'm just doing that to flatten out the plastic so there's not a lip left there. Okay. The iron's getting very hot. It's not a temperature controlled iron, so that one is below. 3rd one here. Oh, the stink. The stink get in the hole. Oh, that's hot. That's going to go a tad deeper. There we go. I think we're okay there. Okay, I'm just going to check something real quick. I'm going to check. One thing I've been doing when I've been inserting all my nuts is I've been testing them, but I just want to make sure that these guys, yeah, they're in there good. Yeah, there's no problem at all there. No problem at all there. Good. Okay, so now I need to put one in these sides here. Okay. Now I'm just going to scroll down a bit and see if there's any special instructions for these ones. Those are the shims, note on shims. So no, we're just putting inserts into these sides. That's it. Right in the bottom hole. One. Oh, the stink. The stink, I tell you. And last one. There we go. Let's unplug that stinky iron. There we go. Whew. Okay, that's done. All the inserts are done. Okay, so we are working on the A drive first. So there's the A, there's the B. Okay, so the A drive, we've put the inserts in. We're going to turn it over. This goes in here. Which way up? I don't think it matters, but I'm going to put the A up. Okay, obviously that's just a pulley, a tightening thing. So that goes in there like that. Okay. And let's go to the next page. Hopefully I did those insets right. I'm pretty sure I did. Okay. Oh, now I got to build. Okay. Which one's my A on this side? Let's see. The A is going to be that one. So we've put the heat inset in already. Then we want this way. Now I got to find some shims and stuff. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmies. Some more hardware. Oh man, that iron stinks. I got to move it away. It's a new soldering iron too, so I think it's got a little burning in thing stink going on there. Let me move my parts away out of my way too. And I gotta find the package with the shims and stuff in it. Right here. No, that's not what I want. Okay, so I'm just going to read what they say here. A note on shims. Let me zoom in because my eyes aren't the best here. Note on shims. So I'm on this stage right here, guys, top right. Oops, my picture's covering some of it. There we go. We specify shims as they have a consistent thickness compared to regular washers. If you sourced washers instead, make sure to measure their thickness. Okay, I haven't sourced anything. I'm just using everything that's in the package. So upside down assembly, printed spacer, A and B drives. Now, there we go. So M3 by 35, button head cap screws. Okay, let's find my M3 by 35s. Man, they stink. I'm sorry I keep saying that, but oof. M3 by 25s. Where's my M3 by 35s? M3 by 35s right here. Two of them. So one of them goes in here. Okay, and the other one goes in here. And we turn it upside down. So we're looking at this. So what I'll do is I will take my tape and I will tape just so this holds itself in place. And this other one looks like it's gonna, I can't really tape it in, but I'll just hold it like this. So we got this kind of in this orientation here. Okay, now I gotta find all those. I don't seem to see them. Lock nuts. They must be in a different package here. I got so many printed parts here. Hang on, let me move. Man, I'm running out of space. Okay, electronics and wiring. Motors. The shims wouldn't be with the motors. Where's all the shims? Okay. Sure, they wouldn't be in here. This is just all the electronics. Okay. That's just the bed. Let me check in with the motors. Shim washers. There's the shim washers. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right spots here. Shim washers. Oh, the bearings. That's what I'm after, is these bearings. Okay. F623 bearings. F623 bearings. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so we got to do this in a specific order. So let's spill the shims right here. So, printed spacer. 6 spacers are identical. Won't be calling them out going forward. Now, which spacer do they want? There was 2 different sizes of spacers they had me. Which spacer? It's got to be these ones. It's got to be that one. Okay. That's the 9mm. Does it say my spacer there? All spacers. Let me just see up above here. No, but I'm pretty sure this is the yeah, that's the 9mm spacer. I'm sure that's the one they want. The other ones are for the yeah. Okay, so we're putting a 9mm spacer in here. Okay, we're putting a shim. God, these are skinny. These are really tiny, skinny shims. We're putting a shim here. Okay, we're putting a shim on top of this screw. Okay, let's get the bearings open. Chat is quiet. Wow, everybody's just watching. Or you're dual streaming. You're probably watching Chris's stream. Open some bearings here. You know, these go a specific way. So that one goes down that way. And then right away, another bearing on top of it. Okay, and we put a shim there, and then we have an up bearing on that, and a down bearing on that. Okay, 2 shims. Oh, this is for the Core XY. This is the belt feed. Okay, kind of makes sense. 1 shim, 2 shim, 2 bearings, and a shim. A little easier to build than the rat rig one was. And we have another 2 bearings on this shim. Bearing up, bearing facing down, and 1 more shim. Guilty. That's all right. Dual streaming's fine. This isn't the most exciting stream unless you're actually genuinely curiously interested in this thing. Okay. So there we go. Now, so what I've just done there is I've followed this sequence of shimming right here. So I've got my shims and my spacer and my bearings all on. Got the bearings in the right orientation because those are going to be for the belt paths. Okay, upside down assembly is what we did. Okay, now we've got this piece and we're going to take it and put it on top of the other piece like so. Okay, I'm going to put this window to a size where I can, and then we're going to A drive. Okay, let's get to this step here. So basically what they're saying then is to take this. We've got this up this way. And this is going to face this way. And this is going to come through. Just breathe. Just breathe. Okay. I'm sure that's happened to other people. Probably not. Don't think I lost anything. Okay. Let's go back a page. Shim. Bearing. Bearing. Shim. Okay, so we have shim. Bearing. Bearing. Two shims. I might have lost a shim on the floor, but I'm positive. I am almost sure they would give you extra, at least one extra. Okay, 2 bearings. And yeah, I might have dropped a shim. That's okay. And a shim. Okay. Shall we try this again? This time we'll try to be a little more successful. Okay. I'm concerned about this one, so I'm going to put this up in the hole. This one's taped on. So I'm going to hold that in the hole with a hex key. There we go. Okay, we have that on, and that on. So let's take that. So there we go. So we have that basically is together just like that. If I let go, there we go. Come on. Just don't do this to me. Okay, come on. Now you get in there. Okay. So I'll just show you this end view right there is what I've got there. Okay, so let's see what they're asking me to do next. Put it together. It's sitting just like it is. Okay. So we've got that sitting proper. Okay, no, they have not. Okay, why have they not told me? Am I missing a step? Okay, I'm just going to show you guys what I'm looking at here. So right now I'm at this stage right here. Okay, I've got all my shims and my bearings on. I've put this top piece on. I have these two bolts sticking out, but nowhere are they telling me. Now they're telling me to turn it over and put two more bolts in. 30 millimeter, which I'll have to just dig out here, which is 3x30 here. But nowhere, they're not telling me to put bolts or anything on here to hold them in place yet. So, dang. Okay, well, I'll just do what they say then. I mean, I would assume I'd need something to hold that in place, but maybe not right now. Maybe not at this point. So, dang. Just don't want this to fall apart. Let me get these M3x30s ready. This build definitely requires a little bit of common sense too, because anyways, we'll see what's going on here. So these ones here, now I can pick this up. I have no problem turning it this way. And then they're saying to put these guys, and these are going to go down to the heat sinks I just put into there. So there we go. So this should tighten into that heat set. Perfect. And this one should tighten into that heat set. Nothing common about a Voron. No kidding. I'm finding that out. Okay, so those are snug as a bug. I see. That's your belt tension right there. Aha. Somehow. That somehow becomes your belt tension or your motor adjuster. Okay. So we still have these two guys sitting nicely in there just like this. Okay, so I'm at the stage. They've told me to do that. I've done that. That's why they wanted these other heat sets sank in a little deep to catch these bolts. Whew. Okay. Forgive my nervousness here. Okay, we need some stepper motors. So it looks like they're using the big stepper motors here. So our two, this guy and this guy. Okay, put the other ones aside. And then we need our pulleys. These guys here, which is the 20T. And it is the GT220T pulley. And it just says pulley 20T. So that's got to be the pulleys. There we go. And we do not have grub screws in these. So we're going to be pulling out some grub screws. And I believe those are the NEMA 14 stepper. Well, I'm sure that's my NEMA 14 stepper. It is my NEMA 14 stepper. I could tell there's only two of these. AKA the root of all issues, grub screws. Use the thread locker on all grub screws. I don't have thread locker. I've never had a problem with grub screws. As long as you get one on the flat of the shaft, you're usually pretty good. Loose grub screws account for a large percentage of issues that our users report. Save yourself hours of troubleshooting and apply a thread locker to all grub screws during the build. See the product's application notes for instructions. Well, I don't have thread locker. Maybe I should have picked some up. I didn't think I'd need more at this point, but I don't know how accessible these will be. But I could always put thread locker in them after. I think how accessible will these be? They're going to be going in the. Matter of fact, I think they mount on the top. Anyways, I'm going to see the grub screws, which are rate M4x4. Well, see, they have thread lock on them. That's what that is. That's what that blue material. So they've preloaded these things with thread lock. I've seen that before. So if you look really close at those screws, it won't focus too easy here, but here we go. You'll see some blue. They've pre-coated them with thread lock. So that's okay. Nero uses nail polish, but they've preloaded these things. So the blue that's on this, maybe that's nail polish they've put on there too. But let's just see. It looks like they give a spare one too. Okay. Get that started. Oh yeah, there's definitely that's got some lock of some sort on it because it goes in rather, it's not cross-threaded, but it goes in rather snug. Okay, they've thought of everything, this LDO build, they've thought of everything. Yeah, that's definitely got some lock on it. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I can feel it. Good. Okay. Well, I'm not going to worry about that then. Let me just get these started so they're in place. And I guess each distributor, each person that builds these or puts these Voron kits together does things a little different maybe. I should run my little ticker for a minute here since this is sponsored by, where are we here? And we'll go brand, banners, there we go. I'm going to run this for a little bit here. There we go. Okay. 8.5 millimeters. Okay. We can do that. So what we'll do is we'll put this on. Let's find the flat of the shaft here. Okay, and I'm going to put this on so that one of the grub screws is definitely on the flat. I do find I have helped people before with different things, not necessarily stepper motors, but things that involve grub screws. And sure enough, they forget to actually put one of the grub screws on the flat. I just want to snug it up. There we go, just so I can slide it. And this one, there we go, just so I can still slide it. And we are looking at 8.5 millimeters from the base of the motor, from the flat of the motor, not the circle, the flat of the motor to the base of the thingamadoober. Okay, let's get to 8.5 millimeters on my little, there we are. So we got to come up just a bit. Before I lose it, I'm going to put that spare grub screw in the bag. Just a hair up. Okay. Now, can I do, no, that's going to be the best measuring right here that I've got. So that is 8.5 millimeters. Tighten that one. There we go. Got it. Okay, we'll do the next one here. Yeah, they've thought of everything. That's definitely a lock, a thread lock they've pre-put on these things. Those are snug. Snug as a bug. Okay. Okay. I just want just a hair more, just so I can. Oh, it's a bit tight. I just want to be able to move it barely. $8.5. Ah, don't move. When I set you, don't move. Cooperate, you little. There you go. Was that so hard? Hey, was that so hard to listen? Double check. Double check. Good. Yeah. This one's about 1/10 of a millimeter off. I have to be a perfectionist here, guys. I have to be. This is, after all, a Voron build. $8.5. There we go. I feel better about that, because this is where the belt goes, right? And if you're off a little bit and the belt starts rubbing, see that move? Oh, 9.5. My caliper moved. 8.5. Yeah, we're good now. Okay, good. That part's done. The pulley. Oh, didn't give me an extra pulley, so that's okay. Hey, Miller 3D Design, how are you? We're just doing a bit more of the Voron build here. 10 o'clock, got another half hour or so to go. Looks like my Twitch stream is frozen as far as chat goes. Let me refresh that window. There we go. Here we go. Okay, we got this stage done, so we're back on this one. So what we've done so far is we put the pulleys on. We measure them 8.5 millimeters from the base of the motor, not the thing, to the bottom of the pulley. Okay, and the grub screws we've taken care of. They already had thread lock on them, which was great. So now we're going to bring the motor up through. We're going to use M3x35, 4 of them, but we're not tightening them. Okay. And that's coming up through this way. So I still have blank screws with no nuts on them on the bottom. I don't know why I think. So we have this guy here, and we still have these with empty screws holding all these wheels in with no nuts. They haven't told me to put nuts on them yet, though, so I have to kind of do what they say. Okay, the motor comes up through. Now, which way do I want the wires to stick out? That is the question. Yeah, it does matter. Let me cheat and look at the next page. They're not showing. They're going on to the next one. I'm just trying to see if there's any. Okay, so they're going to mount up top like that. Okay, so they're going to mount up top that way. So I obviously want the wires to go out the back. Okay, so I'm looking at this screen here. I'm going ahead and saying, okay, these are going to mount to the top. Okay, because these are obviously the Z motors. I think. Are these the Z motors? The Z stepper? Anyways, they're going to mount to the top. So I think I want the wires going out towards the back because all the electronics are down in the back. And yeah, okay. So basically I'm at this stage right here. So I'm going to mount it with the wires coming out the back of this like this. We're going to make that assumption. And we want 35 millimeter button heads, 4 of them. Look at the way the shaft is offset from the housing. You have it up to, okay. Yeah, it's got, the way the shaft is offset from the housing. Yeah, it's got to be the right way. It is. Okay. So in here, and 4 of these 35s, not tightened. Do not tighten. So we'll just go and back it off a 1/4 turn. Let's do this one. Back it off. Yeah. And back it off. Okay. So there we are now. So that's where we're at right here. And this is facing the back of the printer because that makes sense because that's going to go down to the board. Okay, so if I look at the next slide, I'm going to show everybody here. Let me zoom in so you and I can both read it. Okay, so now we're going to put that nut on. So I can just come back here. So we're going to slide on the nut, 3D printed nut here. And that obviously, that moves the motor. So that's your tensioning. There's your belt tensioning right there. Okay, perfect. I like that design. Okay. Now check your work. Compare the assembled parts in the graphic shown here. Pay attention to the pulley orientation. Pay attention to the pulley orientation and alignment with the bearing stack ups, with the bearing stack ups. So looking at it from that angle, I have a dual pulley on the right, single pulley on the left. I have my belt pulley on the bottom. So if I show that picture there now, and so there's the view they were looking at right there. And I think I have everything pretty much all set correctly. Hard to get the good angle here on that, but I'm positive that looks exactly like the picture. Good. That's the A side done. Ignore you. You had turned your gantry motors, and after you had them installed anyways. Oh, okay. You had to turn your gantry motors. Okay. Whew. Well, I just went and I'm making that assumption or using common sense myself, thinking that's going to go in the back. I'm just wondering still why there's. Oh, those are probably part of those. Ah, that's what a couple of these nuts up top here are for. Okay, check your work. Our work is checked. Okay, that's why we haven't put any nuts on those yet. Okay, let's go next, and we're going to do now we're doing the B drive. Okay, well, I've already done all the heat insets, so we're going to put that aside. We're going to do the B drive. I've done the heat insets, got that out of the way. So we got the B drive. Okay, B. Oh, did I get that the right way up? Did I do that? Tell me I did this one the right way up. Oh, I did. That was just fluke. Okay, good. Okay. That goes with the flat part up. Yeah, well, it'll only go with the flat part up. Duh. There's only one way that can go. Okay, so we have that one done. Okay, that's done. We'll go to the next page, and we're going to do the same thing. M335s. I think we got lots of time to get the B drive done here. M335s, we're going down through this hole again. Here, and we're going down through this one. We will take this piece of tape and we'll hold that on. Now we're going to do a stack. Shake, shimmy, and stack. Okay, we already have the heat insets put in. Good. It saves a bit of time. So we start with two shims. Remember, there's a back plate as well. Right. There is two. Yeah. So we got two shims. Let me pull this back this way so you can see it better on the bottom right camera there. Almost want to pull. Let me just see if I can. I'll put it in the view of that other camera, but it doesn't matter. Let me pull this one a bit forward. There we go. You can kind of get a better view on that bottom left camera what I'm doing. I'll put another shim on here. I mean, I try to. I've got to keep this easy for me to see what I'm doing, but also you guys are watching, so I got to try and keep it easy for you guys to see what I'm doing too, especially when I'm streaming. Okay, so we got bearings. So now we got bearing on each. So we got down and up. And we got down. Oh, the spacer goes on last on this one. Right, core XY. Core XY, everything's upside down and backwards. Then we got dual shims between the bearings on that one and a single shim on the other bearing. Okay. 1, 2 shims. And man, I got big fat fingers to handle these tiny little parts. And shim on that one. And we've got another set of bearings over here. Bearings, pulleys. Come on, get right through there, screw. There we go. And then a single shim on top of that stack. And one of those spacers, 9mm spacers. Of course, I mix them in with all the other spacers, but yeah. And I just like to double check. 9mm, good. On top of that, there we go. So that is that stack, like that. Okay, cool. Upside down assembly, of course. Hey, same thing. This time I'm not going to lose my stack. I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to support this one with my hex key. This one is supported by tape. And then this goes like this. There we go. Just like that. Okay, we'll leave that there for a second. I need 2 30mm screws, button head cap screws. Here we go. And again, those go on here, one on each side of this guy. And this one goes here. And I can snug these down. That seems to be really snug, but that's okay. Maybe those are too snug. Back them off a hair. I know we do need to have play in this. Oops. Just about lost my stack. Just about lost the stack. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. Now we have to put the pulley on the other motor, which I've already done. And we are going to put the motor up through, same as before. So we need 4 of the M35s. Okay. And this is going to be the other side, so the wiring is going to go in the back that way. You're going to come up that way. And we will put you down, but not tighten you. That's a much easier bearing stack to do than the rat rig was. The rat rig was quite interesting, but it went well. Once you find a method to do it, it's not so bad. Okay, and then we put our knob on. That's our tensioner. There we go. That's going to pull for tension. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, So we have that one done. So we have these two, A and B, done. Second one went much quicker, didn't it? And we ran out of bearings. Look at that. Awesome. Get rid of that. I'm loving the build Miller 3D designs. I'm loving it. It's challenging, and it makes me. I made one mistake at the beginning. I had the wrong extrusion on one of my Z rails, so I had to actually take the Z rail apart, get the extrusion, reline it up, make sure that this wasn't binding up again when I put the other one back on. I had mixed one of these up with one of these, but fortunately, it wouldn't let me go any further. So I only had to go back and fix so much. But I'm loving the build. It's for my 59-year-old brain. It's excellent exercise for the brain. Makes me think. I'm totally loving it. Yeah, absolutely. It is more of a challenge than it's more of a challenge than the rat rig because there's so many parts. So many parts, but it is cute. I just can't get over, I'm sorry, how cute this is. After building the 500 by 500 rat rig, to build this is like, oh my goodness, it's just adorable. I want to hug it. Okay. So we just finished this part. We're going to check the work. Okay, I'll double check the work based on their drawing. So I have the dual gear on the left. See, I made a mistake. Aha. That's why they tell you to double check your work. Aha. Anybody guess what the mistake is I made? I'm willing to admit my mistakes because that's how you learn from your mistakes, and that's why they give you those diagrams to double check your work. Kind of a blatant mistake. I made an assumption on the A build, and I shouldn't have. The pulley on the stepper motor goes the other way. And I never, I should have thought when I was putting the stepper motor pulleys on, I thought, okay, I didn't think Core XY. Core XY, they're two different orientations on the stepper motors, the pulleys. So I have to take this pulley off, which is fine. They're on there. They got that thread lock on them, so that's fine. This has to go on this way. I think I made the same mistake when I was doing the rat rig build, come to think of it. Anyways, let's snug that up a little bit so I can freely move it. Okay, they want 17.5 millimeters. So this one's a little different. So if we look right here, 17.5 millimeters from the base of the motor, not the top of the little ring, the base of the motor to the top of the pulley here is 17.5 millimeters. So let me dial in 17.5 millimeters. Look at that right there. I like this little caliper. It's not the best one. It's carbon fiber. It's light. It's great for measuring magnets. So we got to go 17.5. There we go. Hold that there. Hold that there. From the base. Okay. Right there. Can't really get in close other than to be parallel with it and eyeball it. Right there. So we're going to snug this first one up. I'm on a flat on the second one. Good. Okay. And double check my measurement. 17.5 millimeters. That's exactly it. Good. Yeah, that's what actually Miller 3D. This is This is going to the Calgary Maker Faire. This was sent to me, courtesy of LDO Motors and Sparta 3D here in Calgary. They sent this to me. I told them, send it to me. I will build it. I will show it off at the Maker Faire. I will point people to your site, et cetera, and you're going to be the sponsor on my channel for the next 3 months as I show off the capabilities of this. So that's exactly what this is here for. This is going to a Maker Faire. It's going to be this. I was going to bring my rat rig, and I decided that's a little much because I have to take my basement door off to get it through my door. It's a lot of hassle to bring that rat rig to a Maker Faire. This one's going to be a lot easier, so I'm bringing this one. I'm bringing a Prusa, maybe both Prusas, the Mini and the MK3. I'm bringing a bunch of models, my big Dragon model that's behind me, and my hot end models, et cetera. I'm going to be giving away some stuff. Oh, that looks much better. So if I compare, so now that looks better because what I had before, oh, don't fall over, you dumb light. What I had before, you can see the pulley in the back, I had that upside down. So it wasn't lining up with the bearings on the top. So the belt path would have been way off, obviously. So let me just check their drawing here, and I'm going to compare what they're saying. Yes. And the spacer, and yes. So we're all good here. Perfect. Doesn't it look small and cute? A fair bit of progress has been made, but it's puny. I mean, I love this. I'm looking forward to it. Apparently you can print pretty blazing fast with it too. So anyways, I've already talked about its cuteness. You guys are going to think I have a fetish over Vorons. Okay, check my work. Okay, maybe I'll finish this next step and call it a night because I tend to get tired. Let's zoom in a bit here. Okay, so preloaded nuts. The screws are fastened into the preloaded nuts. Okay, so that's what, so I have, so those two screws, so that's what two of those preloaded nuts are for, obviously, is those on the top. The screws are fastened into the preloaded nuts. Slide the nuts into position prior to placing the part. Use a skewer to align them with the skew hole. Skew hole. Use a skewer. And then, oh, I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6. Hang on. Okay. Okay. Makes sense to me now. These guys know what they're doing. Lol. You could get the rat rig to print a scale model. I could do 2 up of it. I could do 4 up of this. Okay, so now the way this is going to work, we have 6 preloaded nuts in the back here. Let me move this other camera a little closer so it's easier to show. Oh, and up high. Come on. We'll do this side first. So we have 6 preloaded nuts along the back here. 3 of them are going to be used, and 3 of these are going to be used, and these are all to hold these motors in place in the back here. So here we go. I'm going to try and give you guys, without spilling everything I got, there we go, a better view of what I'm doing here. That's not bad. You can see this corner. Perfect. See, look at my belly. I'm well fed. Okay, so I'm going to slide. I have to kind of guesstimate where these are going to go into. So that one, oh, I see. So it's only 2 of them. One of them threads into the top right here. So one of them threads into the top. The other one's going to thread in right about there. And then it needs 35 millimeters. We need 4 35mm ones. So this one is going to go all the way through. Okay, so that one, now I've got to slide the next nut. Come on, slide easy for me. Come on, girl. There you go. Okay, those. This is a little persnickety part. Persnickety, yeah, I guess. Okay, now that those are in place, I have to kind of place these other ones in. So we're gonna have 1, 2, and 3. There we go. 3. So I'm kind of just kind of hard to show you. So what I'm doing here, you know what? Let me just bring this camera over a little further. This way, at least it's mobile. It's nice and easy. So now I need to kind of, there we go, slide these ones over to where they're going to kind of go. 1. So that's sitting on the end there. So we have 1, 2, 3. Little persnickety, you just gotta, this is the patience part, right? This is the part that requires the patience. You can't rush. There we go. I think I'm pretty good there. So let's just see. Let's start. Let's start. We'll start with this one. Can I get this one going? I can. This one? Yes. This one? Not quite. Oh. Okay, so let me see if I can get this one going. Yes, it is. This one? Yes, it is. The end one. You're the stubborn one. So let's see if I can get a tool down here. Kind of line you up. And that worked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It worked. Oh, hard on my arm. I need to exercise more. I need to lift more weights and strengthen my shoulders, man. I tell you. So that's that one mounted in the corner here. Kind of an interesting belt path. So it's going to come all the way up here, but it's going to be very close to the side here. Whew. 10:30. Well, I think I'm going to. Oh, heck. Let me just put the other one on since I'm here anyways. Although that was kind of, yeah, let me just get this other one mounted while I'm here. So kind of just sneak it in here. So we're going to, so this one is going into the pre-threaded slot in the extrusion. Second one, I can't even see. I got to get my light down a little lower here. There we go. Second one. Where's that nut? Okay, so now I'm going to try and get that nut lined up with the second one. Right about there. Okay. We're going to bring a third nut in here. Let's grab another one of these M35s. 35 millimeter M3s, I mean. This is going to come down through. Ideally. Why are you not coming through? There we are. So that one. There. And then we're going to line up this third one. There. Okay, then we're going to populate the other 3 holes. The belt paths are really close. They are. This is the belt path right here. I mean, there's not much room for error there. So pop 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there we go. Let's move number 1 into place. Ooh, nice smooth one. I like. Okay, so you're about there. So number 1, you are right about there. Come on, stop. Number 2. Oh, you're a little more stiff. You're going to be a stubborn one, are you? Number 2. You are going to go right there. Number 3. You're going right about there. Okay, let's see how accurate or inaccurate I've been. Get in the hole. There you are. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Can I go 6 for 6? Look at that. 6 for 6. Woo! Okay. Whatever I did it right. Six for 6. It's like something had to go right tonight. There we go. There we go. We have these on. Look at that. So that's some good progress tonight. It's coming along, guys. Let's turn that off. Let's move you out of my way here. Oh, let's turn you. Oh, okay, maybe not. Oh, okay. Well, I am I am done. Oh, my neck is stiff. Everything on me that can be stiff is stiff. Well, okay, let's not get carried away. Let's put a few tools away here. Okay, guys, that was fun. We made some good progress tonight. What was the next step going to be? Let's just see for fun. This page intentionally left blank, so I actually finished a section. The next thing we were going to do was the AB idlers. Some more idlers. Some idle fun tomorrow night. Cool. Well, we made some good progress tonight. Fixed a mistake. And it's getting there. It's getting a little heavier now with the motors on it. So still early. Yeah. 10:30 for me, and I work all day, and I'm up at 6:30. So, and what I do now is I'm just going to go upstairs, pour myself a water. Actually, I have some water on the go here somewhere. I haven't been drinking it. Pour myself some water. I may pop a bag of popcorn. I got the munchies tonight, but I'll watch an episode of Better Call Saul. I'm watching the last season of Better Call Saul. I'll watch an episode of Better Call Saul. I'll be in bed before 11:30. So, yeah, let the dog out. So if you're wondering who let the dog out, it's me. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, folks. 16 people, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. 11 on YouTube and 5 on the Twitches. Much appreciate everybody who's here. And that's it for tonight. We'll continue this build tomorrow night. Probably, somewhere 8:30, 9 o'clock. We'll pick it up, start, and go until 10:30 again. And we'll see what we can get done tomorrow night. I have until May to get this finished, so which gives me I've got about 4 weeks to get this finished before the event. So that should be plenty of time. And Sunday I'll be doing a 2.5 hour stream to work on this as well. So that'll be good. So everybody that hung out with me, I appreciate it very much. You guys have a wonderful night, and we will catch all you guys later. Hang on, I got to look up. I got to push my button. This one. So there, now we go. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Talk to you guys later. Have a safe night and have a good sleep. Bye for now.